is on Ireland, or better known as the Republic of Ireland. Ireland has a population of 4.94 million, as a population density of 71.90 kilometers squared. The capital city is Dublin. The time zone is Western European Standard Time, and much like many other European countries, their currency is the euro. They also drive on the left-hand side. Here on the left-hand side, you can see the Irish flag. The green represents the Roman Catholics, the orange represents the Protestants, and the white represents the peace between both parties. Ireland has a parliamentary republic, which means it is a government that works under a parliamentary system, but it still has legislative and executive branches. Michael D. Higgins is the president, and you can see him pictured on the top left. He has been president since 2011. He is also known as the head of state. Prime Minister Leo Varadkar, you can see pictured on the bottom left. He has been the prime minister since 2017. He is known as the head of government, and because he is the head of government, he has the most power between both of them. Their neighboring countries is the United Kingdom, and within the United Kingdom is Northern Ireland. The Irish border is the only border, and it is the border that separates Northern Ireland from the Republic of Ireland, and it is a visible line that you can cross very easily. Ireland is divided into two political units, the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. Then it is divided into 32 counties. Dublin is the capital city, has a population of about 1.2 million, has a football team that won their 5th title in September of 2019. It is known as the social hub of Ireland, home to the oldest pub in Ireland, and was once a Viking settlement. The picture on the left is a picture of Melrose Bridge, which many tourists frequent when they visit Dublin. Here are some of the major cities within Ireland. Belfast is the capital of Northern Ireland, and it has a population of 670,000. On the left you can see Belfast in all its beauty. Cork is one of the largest cities within Ireland itself. Limerick has the second largest province of Munster, and then you also have Derry City. So most of Northern Ireland is rural. Overall, 36.38% of Ireland is rural. Many areas are near the coast, and Cork, for example, which you can see pictured on the left, is one of the rural towns. Some of the busiest airports include Dublin, which is the largest and most busiest. Then in second comes Cork, and then third comes Shannon. So not like many of the European counterparts, Ireland hosts many Irish people. It is not a migrant country. For the ethnic groups, Irish reigns supreme with 82.2%, then Irish travelers, other whites, Asians, then blacks, then other, then unspecified. And just like within their ethnic groups, Irish and English are the main languages of Ireland. Some of the minority languages include Polish, German, French, Mandarin, and Japanese. They are in stage 4 or 5 of the demographic transition, however. So for their dialect, they have one main genre and then 3 subgenres. The Irish Gaelic dialect is the main genre, and then it goes into the Munster dialects, which is the standard Irish that you can see, spoken in southern parts like Cork. The Connacht dialects show most initial accent, spoken mainly in westernmost parts of Ireland. And then finally the Ulster dialects, which is very rare and almost extinct, is spoken in Northern Ireland. Roman Catholic is the main religion within the Irish community, and you can even find that here in America as well. It remains Roman Catholic because there were no credible attempt to convert to Protestantism, and the main reason was to send Irish priests from Rome back to Ireland to teach the ways of the religion. Pictured on the left is some of the most beautiful Roman Catholic churches that they have. Many people frequent Ireland just to see the architecture of the churches. Other religions include Angelic, which is the Church of Ireland, Muslim, and then people that do not affiliate with religion at all. Ireland is an island. It also has low central plains. The ocean is responsible for the rugged western coastline of Ireland, and the coastline extends from around 3,171 kilometers. The longest river, which you can see pictured on the left, is the Shannon River, that rises on the Coolacombe Mountain. Other rivers include the Liffey River, the Lee River, Swilly River, Foyle River, and Lagan River. Here are just some of the 5 most frequented mountains within Ireland. With the highest peak is the Carrauntoohil Mountain. It is located in Cokerry, and you can see it pictured on the left. Then we have the Cunna Peace location in Cokerry, Mount Brandon, which is located in Cokerry as well, Luganakila, which is located in Co-Wicklow, and then finally Galtimore, which is located in Co-Limerick and Co-Tipperary. The most recognizable basin is the Shannon River Basin, which is shown on the left-hand side. It is most recognized, and it is also a freshwater basin. There are no deserts in Ireland. However, there is the Central Plain that spreads throughout most of Ireland. It is a low-lying region dominated by the Shannon Basin, and it is covered in glacial drift and limestone as well. Ireland has an oceanic climate. It is rainy throughout the whole year, and the temperatures do not vary throughout the island. The rain helps because it is an agricultural country. There is one major fault line, which is the Barsmore Gap, created about 500 million years ago. However, because of climate change, it is becoming more active now. Some of the natural disaster threats are volcanic ash, sinkholes, landslides, and flooding. The landslides and flooding are mainly due to the rain that comes throughout the whole year, but the volcanic ash was most noticeable in 2010 when a local volcano erupted. 64.54% of Ireland is agricultural land. Some of the major crops are barley, wheat, potatoes, and oats. The southeast of Ireland grows the most crops, and agriculture is 2% of their GDP. Then comes fishing, tourism, trade, and the industry. Here are their 10 top exports. Pharmaceuticals comes in first, then organic chemicals, optical, technical, medical apparatus, electrical machinery, cosmetics, aircraft/spacecraft, other chemical goods, meat, dairy, eggs, and honey. Then here comes their imports. Aircraft/spacecraft, machinery, pharmaceuticals, mineral fuels including oil, electrical machinery, organic chemicals, vehicles, then optical, technical, medical apparatus, plastics, plastic articles, and then finally articles of iron or steel. The first inhabitants of Ireland landed between 8000 BC and 7000 BC. They were originally Celts, and Celts till this day have a lasting impact on Irish culture. The Celts then evolved into Irish and Gaelic. St. Patrick plays an important role, especially within the religion of Ireland. St. Patrick was 16 when he was captured and became a slave. He then escaped and went back to England, but because of a voice of God, he decided to go preach to the Christianity to the Irish people. While there, he built several churches, taught the concept of the Trinity on the 3-leaf clover, thus creating the Ireland's national symbol. As you can see on the left, this is how he taught Christianity to most of the Irish people. God being the stem, but he is also the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit of the whole 3-leaf clover. Around 795 AD, Vikings came into power and pillaged Ireland. However, the Viking era finished in around 1014. Then, in the 12th century, the Normans arrived. Thus began Ireland's 800-year struggle with England. Oliver Cromwell is the most notable figure. However, he is the most hated figure in Ireland as well, because he slaughtered, burnt houses, unplanted crops, destroyed churches, and even murdered priests. On the left, you can see a picture of Oliver Cromwell. Due to the rampaging is what led to the Great Famine, which lasted from 1845 to 1852. More than 1 million Irish died because of the lack of potatoes, which caused many Irish to migrate to America. In the late 1800s, the Irish pushed for independence from England. However, they didn't fully get that independence till 1922, after World War I. The violence still continued throughout the 1970s, especially in Northern Ireland because they were still part of England. Most Irish people fall into stereotypes and they have the common traits together. They all have most have an obsession with the weather. Pub culture is very popular with that throughout Ireland. Many of them talk a lot, but that is because they are very friendly and approachable. Tea is part of many social gatherings, and they have the highest rate of red hair, which is very uncommon throughout the whole world. So, their food crop policies. Most were made to help fight climate change, rising energy costs, food security, and rural decline, but most importantly, the effects that may come after Brexit. CAP was created by the EU to help prevent current global challenges from becoming a crisis. In 2019, they helped reduce CO2 emission by 20%, and CAP is just here to prevent any damage that may come. Here are some of their objectives: to help prevent climate change, environmental care, protect food and health quality, and support generational renewal. Here are a few of Ireland's allies. Britain, thanks to Brexit. US, thanks to the NATO contract. France, thanks to Brexit, but most because of the liberation from England. Scotland, which was a former Irish colony, and the EU because of Brexit. Their enemies include no one, really. Ireland doesn't really have any. Ireland is a very neutral country and avoids most political and military conflicts. Ireland has been neutral since World War II. However, some can argue that they are creating enemies by having Northern Ireland leave the UK through Brexit. And here are two maps. I like both of these maps. The one on the left because it shows everything that is of the whole country, and then the one on the right is a little bit more simplified version, which breaks down the counties a little bit better. On the left map, you can see in the key the airports, and you can see that there's little red dots that show the airports. You can see a better version of how Northern Ireland is still part of the UK. And then on the right, you can see a better breakdown of the counties. You can see how Dublin is a place that I've talked about. You can see Northern Ireland on the top. You can also see Cork, which is one of the more rural counties of Ireland. And then I have my works cited pages. And then that's all.